Hey guys, welcome back. If you recall on our last show, I was talking about Phillip Tubbs. Well, I reached out to him and he agreed to come on the channel. So it looks like we're gonna be heading out to West Texas Tattoo. We're gonna talk a little bit about cigarettes after sex and his new project, Pink, Orange, Red. Let's go. This is Phillip Tubbs, currently Pink, Orange, Red, that awesome band that I was talking about in my last video. He actually came on, just worked out perfect, and he's here for you guys, right? So, what's the backstory? Give me some insight into how did the band get going?
I played solo for years, just solo acoustic, and it's real harsh doing that. I don't know if you've ever done it.
No, I can play guitar, but I can't sing for the life of me.
Right.
But I can only imagine because it's just you and you feel vulnerable.
Well, it's mostly a volume thing. People talk, they treat you like like background music, and anyway, I just got tired of it. I was in a lot of bands too, but I'm also kind of like I know what I want. So anyway, I know what I want, so I just started doing it electronic.
So how long have you been playing music?
I think my first band, I was like 19.
Was guitar your first instrument?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that with your band, it's like a lot of synth, a lot of electronic. I mean, is there any guitar in it right now?
Yeah, there is. There's one song, hopefully come out in March, that has a guitar in it.
I'm a huge lover of all music. The only music, and I don't know how you feel about this, the only music I don't like is country.
Yeah, I heard you say that on that.
I'm not a fan.
I do like it. You know what? I was like that for a while too. I was one of the guys that said everything but country, but
right.
I really like it now. I even like pop country.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. I need to.
Because that's what turned me off, is because I knew pop country and that's all I knew, and that grossed me out. And then I heard like real country, and I was like, oh, all right, I get it. And then come Pro Circle, I ended up liking the pop country too.
So let me ask you this. See, I love Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Is Johnny Cash considered country?
Yeah, he crosses over a little bit.
Right.
He's more rock and roll a little bit, but he's definitely still country.
See, I've always been conflicted because, well, like Adrian, what is he to me now? My best friend? I don't know. He's like my other half, her nemesis. So he's obsessed with country. He loves country. He always tells me, but you like Johnny Cash, and I'm like, but is it really country? I don't know. So what are your biggest influences, like at the moment?
The funny thing is, when I was a solo artist playing acoustic, I wasn't listening to a lot of Elliott Smith then. I mean, I liked Elliott Smith and Bob Dylan and all that, but and the same thing goes for now. I don't listen to a lot of like electronic artists, but like EDC isn't my scene. Pop is my scene. Like a Virgin.
Yeah.
Songs like that. Well, it's an electronic song basically.
Right.
But you wouldn't consider it that, and that's kind of where I'm coming from.
A lot of people don't understand. I mean, there are artists out there that like a certain band and then they sound just like that band, and it's just like, come on, you gotta separate yourself, you know? But then there's artists too that, they'll say, I like these guys, and then you listen to their own music and it sounds nothing like that. But that's what's really cool, because there's a difference between having an influence and actually wanting to sound like the influence, you know what I mean? And so that's really cool. And I don't know, I'm sure you saw my last video where I talked about how I hate saying like, oh, your band sounds like this and that. But man, I gotta say the sounds that you guys have, to me, like, are some of the best bands in my book. I think of bands like When in Rome, 80s, old school 80s bands. Those are bands to me that are kind of like, I hold them on this pedestal.
Yeah,
it's like
definitely the songs, their Take On Me.
Oh yeah.
You can't argue with that song. Like anytime that song comes on, it'll like unite the whole room.
Right, it's true. That's true.
I do love the 80s, but I definitely don't want to sound like a throwback. It's more the songs that I really love, the way they wrote songs. It's funny thing. I don't know what I sound like. You know, like to other people. People say, oh, that, like somebody said, oh, that sounds really 70s.
Oh, really?
That recent roller coaster that came out.
Right.
And I don't hear it, but I can't hear it like other people hear it because I've heard it 1,000 times.
Just wanted to make sure that I hit on.
Hit on me?
Yeah, hit on
right
you.
in front of your wife?
Yeah, she doesn't mind. Right? How many people are in the band right now?
It's just me.
That's where like true talent comes in, when you know that like you can do everything. You can do the bass, the synth, you can do it all. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't get, is that it doesn't matter how technical or how good you are at an instrument. It's something that's totally separate from being able to write a good song. It's an art that to me trumps being able to play.
It's kind of something you can't develop too.
Right.
That's the thing that's frustrating. Almost anybody, if you give enough time, you can become a great guitarist, great pianist. But songwriting, you just kind of has to be there.
It's got to be like in you, right?
It's got to be there. You can get better,
right?
But I don't think just anybody can become a great songwriter by just writing a bunch of songs. Yeah, you know, I'm still working on that myself. You know, I go back to some of these songs because most of them were recorded like 3 years ago. I come back and I was like, what was I thinking? And there's one chorus.
Right.
I'll fix it. Usually I'll write a bunch of parts and I don't know what's the chorus. I think you could probably hear that in the songs.
Right.
That like, is this the chorus or is this the chorus?
That's true.
And then I just put it together with the way it sounds best to me. I sort it out later.
So El Paso. So you're from El Paso.
Yeah.
But you lived in New York for a little while.
Yeah.
How long were you out there?
2.5 years.
So what made you decide to come back?
To be totally honest, I moved down here for a girl.
So that makes for good.
That didn't work out.
That makes for good songwriting too, though.
Yeah. I think X is about her.
Songwriting, lyrics. I know it's one of the questions Adrian wanted me to ask.
I'm a huge fan of the written word. I love reading, I love poetry, and especially lyrics. What motivates and inspires your lyrics for this album?
They are secondary. Because Take On Me, what's that song about?
Right. That's true.
Is he moving away? Is he dying? I don't know. They are very important, and obviously like it can like make a good song great. But this is for me listening to music, but it's for me writing music, lyrics definitely come first. Then you build a song around that line. I never try to write a song ever. I just have instruments laying around and I'll just pick them up and mindlessly play, and then suddenly, oh, that sounds like something, and then if I ever try to write a song, it never works out. My lyrics tend to be, and I really like lyrics like that actually, that are, you could put yourself into it and it can mean what you want it to mean. Mine tend to be really specific, and that's another thing that I'd like to get better at, to be a little bit more vague. But usually I'm really like, that pointed thing is right there, and I think that can be good. Morrissey does that. I mean, I don't like songs that are just trying to sound smart or trying to be flowery just to be flowery.
Right. Morrissey himself is just one of the greatest.
Yeah, I love him.
Even though he cancels every time he comes to El Paso.
That's what I like that about him.
Yeah.
I like him. He's mad. And
right.
That's what I like about him.
Yeah, that's
People always talk bad about him, and I'm like, we like that he says these crazy things. I like that.
That's what Morrissey's all about. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
That's the way it is. I like that.
One of my favorite artists of all time, The Cure. Cure is also like one of those bands where it's like, you can try to sound like them, but you're never gonna succeed. The Cure is The Cure. Morrissey is Morrissey.
Yeah, that's true. It's in the voice.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want to sound like Robert Smith, to be honest, but somehow he makes it work.
I know.
I mean, when you first hear it, it sounds bad.
Yeah, kind of like Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know if
Yeah, for sure.
I remember it took me like a year to even like his voice. I was like, I like this, but do I really?
The same thing. Bob Dylan is the same thing. Michael Jackson has a strange voice, but we're just so used to it. It doesn't sound strange to us anymore.
That's true.
I mean, Greg has a strange voice from Cigarettes. People really latch on to that.
When I heard Cigarettes After Sex,
you thought he was a little.
I thought it was a girl.
Yeah, most people do. We get that a lot. And you should hear his speaking voice.
Is it like deep or
extremely deep?
Oh wow,
booming deep voice.
How did you find your voice? Like, how do you just like? Yeah, I'm gonna. Or do you just sing and it comes out, or?
Yeah, I guess just singing along to songs, and then one day I was like, oh, I kind of like how I sound on that song. You're always fooling yourself, thinking you're better than you are. I mean, I listened to songs that I wrote when I was 16, and I thought that's horrible. But I thought, wow, this is.
Right.
I'm a great singer. I mean, it takes bravery, putting yourself in a position to be shot down, and people like tearing people down.
Yeah.
And so it takes a lot to be a musician.
Yeah, it really does. Especially with social media and everything. It's like nobody wants to see you succeed. They'll watch you, just to see you fail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's those few people that'll watch you to see you succeed, but majority are watching you because they're like, I want to see the ship go down. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy like that. But I think that's just the modern age that we're in. Do you mind talking about Cigarettes After Sex?
No.
So tell me about your history with them.
2009, I was at college. I was at UTEP, and I needed a band. I needed a bass player, and someone told me about Greg. So I made a CD of the songs and I gave it to him, and he said yes. And we started playing together, and that's how it was. He would always play in my bands, and I was playing in his band. So I was in Cigarettes for 9 years. Greg and I moved to New York together, and I recorded that stuff right before Cigarettes blew up. And then Cigarettes blew up, and then I was on tour for 2.5 years straight. I tried to work on it in the meantime, but when you're on tour like that, any downtime, you're just depleted. All you want to do is sleep. That's why I find it's like I can't, for my own soul's well-being, I had to quit and just do it.
It's not like there was hard feelings against.
Oh no, not at all.
It was just
they knew it was coming. They knew I was not unhappy. I loved it, but they knew that I would rather be doing my own music. They're still very supportive.
I feel that what you have going on with Pink, Orange, Red, I feel like you've caught everybody, like I said, I've shown you guys too, like you've caught their ear.
Oh, that's great. I don't have millions of fans, you know, I just have the satisfaction of saying something and having it been said, you know,
Right.
said, like, God, I said that. You know?
Right.
It feels good.
I'm sure I don't know if you're tired of this question or if you've even heard this question, but Pink, Orange, Red, does that have anything to do with the Cockatoo Twins?
Yeah, it came from that.
Okay, we were wondering about that.
The band name came from one of their songs. Yeah.
That's awesome. What can we expect next from you? Like as far as releasing songs, where can we find the songs?
They're online. They're on Spotify. The album is done. I'm just like releasing about a song a month. By summer, the whole thing should be out. I'll probably play a show and have some physical copies this summer here in El Paso.
I do photography. Can I go shoot your show?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Spotify, is it on iTunes yet?
Yeah.
iTunes?
It's on anything you can.
Oh, beautiful.
Have music on.
And there's 4 songs right now, right?
There's 4, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I noticed that just from the release of your 4th song, like you guys got like overnight like a bunch of subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I mean that says people are listening. And
Yeah, it was great. It was encouraging.
that is really cool. And YouTube, like people don't understand, like it is hard to get subscribers on YouTube. Like
Yeah.
you've got to bribe them and stuff. Like when we had our channel, we would give away like money, literally money to people just to get subscribers. And so it's been a pleasure. Hopefully you guys, our viewers, will listen to Pink, Orange, Red. Check them out. Words can't even describe how good I think they are, and it's not just because he's from El Paso. When I hear good music, I know good music, and this is good music. Thank you again, Phillip.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, subscribe to Pink Orange's channel, Pink Orange Red. I always get that wrong, right? Subscribe to Pink Orange Red's channel. I'll put the link below. So again, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. All right. See you guys.